Hello and welcome to Front Row Racing. It's Sunday night, which can only mean one thing. It's time for the PCS League, the Front Row Racing Project Cars. In the Ginetta G55 GT3s, now I tell you what, I think we could be in for a fantastic session this evening. It's going to be a little bit different to the Project Cars Friday League race from the other night, I reckon. And joining myself from Racing DP in the commentary box, as has come the way recently on a Sunday, is Arsenal, oh God, Arnold Snetterton Schwarzenegger.
How's it going? How's it going, Dave?
It's going very, very well, thank you very much. Although I've got a feeling I'm just going to end up giggling my nipples off all night tonight. So anyway, we will try and go through some of the standings from the last Project Cars race and go through obviously what we're going to be seeing at the track today. We've got a couple of new drivers in, which is good to see. We've had quite a lot of interest in these Ginetta Juniors, but I'm going to give the thumbs up to let the drivers know that we're going to be on our way in a moment, and then I'm going to have to make sure I've got everything set up for myself. Coffee within arm's reach. So, Snetterton200 chocolate. Oh, I haven't got none. I'm skint at the minute. I've been spending an absolute fortune on an electricity bill, keeping the apartment warm. So yeah. And I tell you what,
these live streams going, it's not cheap.
It's not. And I tell you what isn't good either, trying to keep yourself warm by eating curry. Oh my goodness me, did I have a bad night last night. Anyway, so onto the Snetterton circuit. Snetterton200, it's going to be for 30 laps in these Ginetta G55s. And it's going to be a very, very close fought race, I think. Now, I will mention that Front Row Racing RI, he's unable to race this evening. He'll be absolutely gutted because it means he's going to stay on 0 points. But I still reckon we're going to have the likes of Dave the Hart, Hesselden, Chris Core, Adam 4600, Jason, all there battling it out for the victory. But what they're going to have to be careful. Euro, the tyre manufacturers, they've brought a new compound, a tyre to the circuit. They're ×7, which means the tyres could wear out ridiculously fast. But the drivers have got a soft compound and a hard compound, so strategy is going to come into play. But not only that, we're in Britain, so there's a chance it could rain, there's a chance it could snow. So before we even get to the track, are you going to try and make any predictions?
Well, we do know that this weather today, it's very windy, as you can see from the flags outside. We've been told it possibly might rain and then it might dry out, so we're not too sure what's going to go on with the weather, along with the tyre degradation. It's going to be interesting.
I mean, I suppose for the drivers, with a very aggressive tyre compound, there's a good chance they're going to want cooler conditions to perhaps help their tyres out a little bit. Unless they want to use the harder compound tyre, where actually they may want a higher temperature to get some heat into them. But it's looking quite grey and gloomy, and like you said, very, very windy.
Yep, exactly. And Chris Core's not wasting any time. He's getting out there, seeing what the conditions are like. He's just pulling into Nelson now.
Well, I was just going to try and see if I can get on board. I think Chris Core is going to be the first to complete a lap. So I'll tell you what, we're going to go on bonnet view for his first lap, so I can mention the names of the corners as we go round. This is a corner that it's going to get very, very interesting in the race. I mean, we saw it in the Ginetta Juniors last season. Different lines through these corners. Oh, is it... what's the German sausage? Anyway, Chris Core headed. Chris Core over the start-finish line then, start his first lap, and cars come out the pits in front of him. So turn 1 then, it's called Riches. He's off throttle on the way in. Ginetta Juniors, they were flat out. Now heading up to the hairpin of Montreal.
It's Dave the Half that was in front of him, may have put him off a bit, but he has got straight out of his way, he hasn't held him up. But it may have put him off bombing into turn 1.
Quite possibly. He's now heading down the Bentley Straight, which is going to take us into the left-hand corner of Brundle. And I reckon we're going to see a lot of action in these two corners. Brundle, Nelson, as Chris Coy's off the throttle so he doesn't run too wide. And now we're into the bomb hole.
Yeah, these cars do not like braking and turning at the same time, and unfortunately this circuit demands you do that.
Yep. After the bomb hole, it's Coram, and then we're into the final corner of Murray's. And I think if anyone even touches that apex curb, they could roll the car.
Could be airborne. Could end up in the crowd.
Very, very easily. Okay, Chris Core then. He sets the benchmark with a 107.2. Now, I do know Snetterton's one of those circuits that gives a little bit of a frustrating camera angle sometimes down the start-finish straight. With driver Montana, he's next across the line. What's he going to do? A 108.
I do know that Dave has been practicing a fair bit, and in the practice session I've just watched him bombing round, he did a 107.2, so he may feel like he's underprepared. Because Chris Core didn't seem 100% and he's popped in a 107.2 straight out of the box.
And Hesselden has already gone and beat him with a 106.4, I believe it was. So Hesselden, I mean, I said the other day, I think he's up in his game, and he's kind of showing it again here.
He's winding it up now.
I'm just having
looking too easy for him.
Well, I'm having a look at Jason at the moment, because he's a guy that's just been getting better and better in the Ginetta Juniors, the G55s. So he's round the final corner quite nicely, heading up to the start-finish line. Oh, someone's just gone very deep in the last corner.
I'm just watching him. He's just popped into turn one. Unfortunately, he's coming to two cars that are just on their outlap.
Oh dear.
I've compromised him a fair bit.
Well, either they will pull away or they're going to get out of his way, but I'm fairly sure we'll know that he'll be in there screaming, "Blue flag! Blue flag!" He's caught him right up now. I think that may be GT Gavin, a new driver. He has heard Dave the Harp's screams and has obliged and just pulled over to let Dave pass him in the bomb hole. And now into the final corner. He's got deep!
No, he
hasn't.
Yeah, he'll probably just drive alongside and throw his cigarette in your
cockpit. That must be what on race cars. There's usually you have perspex windows, and some of the side ones have a little square flap. That's what it's for. It's to throw your fag ends out of. Okay, well I'll tell you what. Dave completed his lap, but he's not set a lap time. He's had it compromised somewhere.
Yeah.
GT Gavin, I think it was.
Wide in turn one.
Possibly. Now, GT Gavin it was that did let Dave past, I think, otherwise there's another car with identical livery, which is possible. But it'll be interesting to see how this fella gets on. He's shown interest for a while. 108.1. He's up to 4th place already. Driver Montana behind him on track, but ahead of him on the timing. Chris Core's got himself up to a 107.2. Hesselden sat in the pits with a 106.5.
There is quite a large gap between the drivers and the lap times. I'm just watching Dave bombing round now. He's 6/10 off Chris Core in sector 1. And he's matched Chris in the sector 2. Let's see what his third sector's like. Just heading up to the line now.
Third place.
Popped in third. Yeah. Just very close between him and Montana in 4th. Probably about, exactly 1/10.
Neo Tig, he's about to cross the line, needs to knock about 6 seconds, well 8 seconds off his lap time, but he's only done a 1:12. But I do know in the Friday races he tends not to really push it too much in qualifying. Adam 4600
as well, I'm watching Chris coming over the line and his lights are on, so I don't know if the from the camera angles we're seeing, I don't know if the conditions are changing at all. Maybe the clouds are rolling in.
Quite possibly, but Adam 4600, he was on another flyer, but he's just dropped it into the grass on the exit of the final corner, so he's going to have to get back in the pits, back out again. And now we are on a... Well, GT Gavin's down to 5th. Someone else... Oh, yeah, it was Dave the Hart popped up into 3rd, didn't he? 15-minute qualifying session for the drivers. Then there'll be a 5-minute warm-up session, and then we'll be on for the 30-lap race. And the weather could change at any point. It says at the top, current weather forecast, overcast.
Yeah, it's very close between Jonesy, Adam, Woolhouse and Jason. They're all in the 109s.
I tell you
all
what...
they need to do is...
Sorry, go on.
If they just better themselves in probably just 1 or 2 corners, they might end up with like 3 or 4 grid positions moving.
Quite possibly. Now, GT Gavin and I think that was Woolhouse have just crossed the line.
Just got out of the way, yeah.
Yeah, neither of them able to improve. But Woolhouse, I think it was. Oh no, Lee Elmo McElroy, sorry. He's got his lights on as well, and I tell you what, they are shining up the tarmac quite a bit. So I do think that it is quite dark out there. Liv Brie, he's just popped himself up to 3rd place. Not too bad. I tell you what, James.
Yeah.
Give us some commentary on his next lap.
On Liv Brie, on about, yeah.
Well, his name's not Liv Brie, it's Live Bry or Liv Bry. So he told me.
Well, actually, Live Bry. That sounds better.
Yeah.
Right, so he's just got me down the Bentley straight now. We'll be hitting about 150 mile an hour just before he bombs on the brakes, steering down into Brundle. Unfortunately, he's got a car in front of me. It may put him off. So it might actually help in being able to understand what the car in front's doing wrong. He's got a nice line through there. Now heading through into the bomb hole. And it's called that for a reason. It can spit you out at any moment. Oh, he's got to keep this really calm through here because it's a tight left-hander. He's doing brilliant job through there. Can he now get a nice slipstream over the down towards the start-finish straight? Let's see if he's going to improve 107.5. What's it going to be? 107.1. Fantastic.
It's a very good lap by himself there. Now Heselden, he's back out on track. He's only got a couple of tenths though between himself and Chris Core, but Chris Core I think's just had a bit of a moment at the final corner, and Chris has got damage on his car. He has shunted that somewhere.
Oh, somebody's just spun off. It was Montana.
I tell you what, it's raining.
Oh no, I can see it. Yeah, oh, it's coming down now. It's a instant shower. That's just negated everybody's lap times now.
So the question would be then, who is perhaps out of position? Who's not really managed to get a lap in yet? I tell you what, Live Bry, he's timed his lap absolutely bang on.
And I think these two new up-and-coming racers, Live Bry and GT Gavin, putting a bit of the art down in 5th.
I mean, I think the rain has come at exactly the wrong time for Dave, because he's just crossing the line now. Can he improve at all? No, he can't. I don't think anyone will now.
Anybody's going to improve. Yeah.
Now, Adam 4600, he looks like he's struggling in the final corner. Twice, that is. I've seen him a little wide.
It's really coming down now. We're going to see a few offs.
See, now, in this situation, okay, you're not going to go faster in the dry tyres. Me personally, I'd chuck it back to the pits, bang on some wets, and go and see what the difference is. Oh, I can hear it. You can hear it hitting the commentary box. It's really hammering it down.
Yeah. You got your coat on, so we're going to ask you to go get me some bits and bats from the lady down at the stall. But
you know what? I didn't bring my coat, but I did bring an umbrella. I'll go and get us a couple of burgers. That's no problem. She sells beer as well.
Morai just bombing round turn 1. Absolutely sliding sideways. How's he going to get on into Montreal? Totally off the racing line. Compromising himself down the start-finish straight. This is the point where if you're in the race and this happens, get it in the pits ASAP.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can just
hear
it.
You're going to be losing at least 20 seconds.
This rain is just getting heavier and heavier and heavier. Yeah. I tell you what, while we've got this rain coming down now, it gives me a few moments to just quickly go through the standings in the Project Cars Sunday League. Now, at the last race, Chris Core took victory ahead of Heselden, ahead of Jason, ahead of Dave the Hart, ahead of Woolhouse, Neo Tig, Adam 4600, Live Bry, Driver Montana, Jonesy and Ray. And in the standings, that means now that Heselden leads...
Go on, Adam through into Brundle. Totally rear end snapping out on him there.
Well, I'll put the camera on him. We'll see what else we can spot. Okay, the overall standings then. Heselden leads the way. 45 points as Adam takes it for another spin. Chris Core is in second on 36 points, closely followed by Dave the Harp on 33. Jason's in fourth place on 22 points, with Adam 4600 joint fifth place on 19 points with Neotig Jr. Then we've got Lielmo McElroy on 16 points, Driver Montana on 14. He's level with Jonesy, G1990 Jonesy on 14. Then we've got Mulryan MUFC on 13 points, Woolhouse on 11 points, Live Bry on 8, Ray on 0 and Grable on 0. But obviously we've got a couple of new guys in this evening that hopefully can bag themselves a few points.
Yeah, third and fourth are really impressing me. And I've just watched Heselden and just lost it coming through the bomb hole, and he's gone straight back to the pits.
Yeah,
he was.
Live Bride's just got around turn one, I think, with a car doing a beautiful pirouette just ahead of him.
Yeah, it's drastically gone straight from intermediates to wets within 2 laps. Now this is where, if this happens in the race, you've got to gamble. Would it be worth putting on a full set of wets, or would it be worth going for inters and then the next lap going to wets? I think it'd probably be worth staying out and jumping straight from slicks onto wets.
I would be well, I mean, I was going to say I'd be tempted to agree with you, but I think Adam 4600, he was trying to see if he could keep going in the slightly wet conditions, but as we saw, he's had a couple of offs, so that's going to cost you big time. But I suppose it'd cost you less if you went to an intermediate, had to pit again for a full wet. But I don't know, it could get very, very tricky. But you know what'll happen, sod's law, the warm-up session is going to be coming along in a minute's time. It's going to brighten up, and then for the race it'll be beautiful sunshine.
I don't know if this is possible, but Chris Court, I didn't happen to see his lap time, but he's popped in 106.8. I didn't see him do that.
He did do that on the dry, in the dry, much earlier on. So yeah, it's not an absolutely sublime full wet lap.
Just OAP moment there. Sorry.
So Adam 4600, he's had another spin, you know. I don't know if he's still going round on the slicks or whether he's got inters on. Oh yeah, he's got the wrong tyres on that car, I would say.
If this happens in the race, we may go from having a very close race to a very spread out, cars in walls.
We may have to get some.
This is something the drivers have got to.
Woolhouse has just lost it on a straight. We may have to get some clown music. Ding 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 ding.
I think what's happening here is people are going out on inters thinking I'll probably go quicker, and then realising, hang on, this is full wet conditions.
Yeah, definitely. But we're in for what could be an absolutely blinding race. We've got 3 seconds to go until warm-up starts. Heselden, he has taken pole position. Okay, onto the warm-up session then, and it has stopped raining. So that's going to, unsurprisingly, there is an absolute mad rush to get out of the pits. Let's just hope, though, that none of them are now out on track on full wet tyres in the dry.
Well, we'll soon know about it when they're in the barrier.
Oh, yes. Well,
this is where they've got to make sure that they, before the start of the race, they set their tyre selection to, what is it now? It's automatic
by weather, yeah.
If you don't do that and you put on a set of dries and then you start the race, it's raining, you're going to have to tiptoe around, waste 20 seconds and then bomb into the pits for a set of wets.
I mean, that's the thing. You can get your pit crew to... you can basically tell them to put the right tyres on for the weather. If you don't, then they may not. And if these guys are out now on full wet tyres, for example, that could be what they start the race on. I mean, I would like to think that they've all got it set so that if the race is going to start wet, they will get given the wet tyre. We should just have to wait and see. Well,
and we've got somebody going off the circuit. It is Jonesy heading into the last corner, just getting ready to start his lap. Not the best way to start a lap. meanwhile, further up the road, there's 2 cars side by side fighting for the first corner.
Well, with it being a warm-up session, I suppose this is a good time for the drivers to practice a bit of overtaking.
Neo Tig and Woolhouse. Just having a bit of a practice race.
I tell you what we haven't seen yet today. Jonesy and Woolhouse banging into each other in the qualifying or the warm-up.
Well, Jonesy's trying to catch up. I think he might want a bit of a... you don't want to have a bash down in the bomb hole, do you?
No, it's very, very uncomfortable down there, especially if you end up sitting on the sausage.
It's very tight.
There just happens to be an advertising board there that says commaoil.com as well. Okay. Filthy minds we've got.
Oh, we've got Liv Brit, and who's that? Somebody else going off the circuit. I think they're just exchanging phone numbers. I know they've gone back to the pits now.
Neo Tig, he's in the barrier at the final corner.
Right, what's going on here? I'm getting a lovely camera angle of a garage door there.
Yeah, he has made his way back to the pits, as has Liv Bry, I reckon we'll have to call him. Whoa, someone else has gone massively straight on. Oh, 2 cars. Oh, what's the chances? That's Jonesy.
Wheel lost.
I think that'll be Woolhouse. You know it's going to be Woolhouse. Yeah, I can't get on board with Woolhouse.
Jonesy's lost a wheel, yeah. It's there, just up against the wall.
Obviously, you can tell that they've got a TV camera, not a camera, a TV monitor in their car, listening to the broadcast, because either Woolhouse has just had an absolute mare of a first corner and Jones has followed him, or there was a bit of a, right, I'll ruin his car in warm-up and then I can beat him in the race.
Well, it's strange. Dave hadn't even bothered to pop out on the circuit and put a lap in.
I reckon he's just spent this 5 minutes having a smoke and making sure his pit strategy, his tyres are right and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, Jason's gone into the wall, heading into the last corner. And who else we've got out on the circuit? Woolhouse. He's having a nightmare trying to keep it in a straight line on the straight.
I wonder if he's got any damage on his vehicle.
Yeah, it's probably from that incident earlier with Jonesy. So unfortunately, it doesn't matter how many times you pop back to the pits, unlike in the race where it repairs damage. When you're in a quali or practice session, it does not repair the damage.
No, you have to drive into the pits, tell them to repair it, and then you can continue on. I'm not sure if you can actually just jump back to the garage and ask them to repair it or not, but as far as I know, you can't. But that's where a few of these guys perhaps will be learning about that.
And we've got 20 seconds to go. Any predictions for the race? I think Hesselden might just have this one in the bag. Well,
I've got a feeling Hesselden is going to be on, not a rampage, he's going to be on a mission. He got beat by Chris Core last week.
A certain somebody on Friday.
Well, yeah, he did. Yes, he did. Who did he get beat by on Friday?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't manage to catch it.
Some annoying commentator who just happened to go and bug him for the last 4 or 5 laps of the race.
Well, it's better than you commentating on what the weather's like Brundle and Coulthard in Montreal. Oh, look at that! What's that bird there?
Oh yeah. It's the lesser spotted crow. Okay, it's time for the race then in the PCS. I've said Hesselden. Who do you reckon is going to go for it and win?
Concentrate on the lights. Let's make a great start and make up for quality.
One of the new boys.
Green.
Oh, one of the new boys for James then.
Somebody's gone.
It looks like we may have lost someone. So unluckily we'll just have to carry on. Hesselden's managed to get out into the lead. He's got himself a bit of a gap. Dave the Arp's got himself up to second place. Oh, it's contact! That was a big crash.
Carr. We've got 3 or 4 cars all. Oh, there's somebody spinning. I'm going to find out who that was. It's GT. It's Gavin. Oh, that's unfortunate. He's really quick. Who else is in? Mulrine and Chris Carr both took each other out down into the. Heading on to the Bentley Straight.
Okay, all drivers
scuppered them.
Sorry, all drivers are in the race still, so that's good. But there has been a lot of contact on that first lap.
The bomb hole. Oh, he's just muscled Jonesy out of the way. Sorry, no, Woolhouse out of the way. He's on a mission now, is Dave. He's down in 7th.
Ah, now Dave
Jonesy
must have been...
have to start.
Dave must have been collected in that crash early on, because I saw him up in 2nd place. So he will be on a rampage.
Heselden is just coming over the start-finish straight. He is just bolted. I was trying not to swear there.
I mean, he wasted no time. Got himself a gap at the start, and off he went. There is a possibility that he did a bit of a jump start, which, if that's the case, he could find himself heading back to the pits for a drive-through penalty fairly soon. I tell you what, Woolhouse, I think he was connected in that crash.
Dave the Art muscled Woolhouse. He's now having a go at Jonesy. And Woolhouse, I think he's missed the gear shift there, because he's fallen fair back off Dave. Dave's now in the slipstream of Jonesy. What's this going to be like down into Brundle?
Oh, sorry to interrupt, but driver Montana was battling with Jason, but Jason's just gone wide. He's going to come back on track.
Still on the dirt.
Oh, he's going to struggle around this corner with a lack of speed. Jonesy's ran a little wide.
He's up the inside of Jonesy.
Oh, Woolhouse, he's gone, he's off the track. He's cold. He looks like he's got damage in that car. He's going to have no choice but to get into the pits.
Meanwhile, Neotig's just done a lovely move up the inside of GT Gavin, but GT Gavin's going to have a nice run on the straight now. Meanwhile, further up, driver Montana and Livebry trying to stay with Heselden, but it's just not working.
Is it possible that Heselden's gone for the soft tyre here, which you were told won't last very long at all in this race?
Yeah, they're burning out. After lap 3, the lap times are dropping dramatically.
Okay, 4th, 5th and 6th.
Yeah.
Jason going for a move on Adam 4600 up the inside into Brundle. Dave the Arp's catching as well.
This is going to be close.
Oh, Jason's gone deep.
He's outbraked himself.
Oh, you don't want to be there. You don't want to be there of all the places. Oh, there we go. There's a bit of a nudge.
Adam tried to give space, and in the process ended up nearly almost taking Dave the Arp out.
I tell you what though, for Jason, that's a scary moment. Okay, yeah, everybody has a spin, but when you end up sat there on the apex, facing the wrong direction, contact! Jonesy and Elmo, yeah.
Jonesy ended up through that corner. His rear end just started sliding.
Jason's got damage.
GT Gavin's,
I think,
in there now. GT Gavin on the start-finish straight. Is he going to take both? Down into turn 1, lay on the brakes, getting it in. Lovely move, that. Fantastic from GT Gavin there.
I tell you what, Jones is under pressure as well from Lee Elmo behind him. They're very, very busy opening laps of this race. Oh, Jones has gone deep. That's going to let Elmo through. And just behind them as well, we've got Woolhouse and Neotig. Woolhouse just done a lovely move on him, but Neotig went deep at the final corner, which put him under pressure all the way down the start-finish up to
back
turn 2.
He wants to jump out just before the braking zone.
Well, that's what Jason did. Got himself a little out of shape on the way in. Oh, he's had to back out of it. Give him a nudge.
Just keeping control of it after a nudge.
Okay.
Up further ahead, we've got Jones. He's just gone wide. That might give Woolhouse a bit more incentive to get past. Oh, this is close. Dave the Art now having a run on Adam 4600 down the start finish straight. Just went a touch deep there, did Adam.
I tell you what, the two cars ahead aren't too far from each other either. Driver Montana, he's catching up. No, Livebry.
I think Livebry has overtaken, yeah.
Yeah, he's got himself up into 2nd place, and Livebry's got his lights on.
Yeah.
If that's the case, does that mean we've got rain coming soon? It's what we saw in qualifying. It started off okay, got a bit darker.
Yeah, Heselman's pulled out a really nice gap, so if anything happens, he'll be the first one to hit the weather, but he's got extra seconds in the bag, so if he makes a mistake, he's got plenty of time to get it all sorted and not lose position.
Oh, I tell you what, Dave the Art might be in 4th place ahead of Adam 4600, but GT Gavin too, he's right behind him.
Oh, he's on it. He's got the bit between his teeth. He's going to try it round the outside. This will be an epic move now. Oh, Dave's gone a bit slow up in front.
And Adam's gone defensive, turns into an overtake.
Now GT Gavin, I think he's going to have a run in.
Dave's gone for the pits.
Yeah, GT Gavin's got this move now. Excellent straight line speed. Is he going to be able to hold on to it into turn 1 though? Adam's going deep, trying it around the outside. But he's got it. Fantastic move there from GT Gavin.
Elmo McElroy's not too far behind them. Yep, Neo Tig not too far behind either. I reckon we've had a couple of other cars pit. You know, Dave the Harp, he's coming out of the pits now. Jones is coming up to the final corner, as is Woolhouse.
Yeah,
okay.
Woolhouse must have pitted.
So Chris Core, after the first lap crash that saw him go from second place down to the rear end of the field, he's now in 10th place, but I don't think he's made a stop yet. Mulrine was also involved in that crash. He's in 9th with Jason ahead of him in 8th. Ooh.
I think drivers such as Hesselden and GT Gavin are probably on the medium tyres because Adam's dropping away now. And I think he might be on the softs. He was decent in the first couple of laps, but it's dropping away now. At least the second lap.
GT Gavin has just quite comfortably pulled away from him, so I mean you could be right there, gone for the harder tyre, not as quick for the first few laps, but after you get sort of 4 or 5 done and out of the way, they suddenly become the faster tyre.
Yeah. Chris Carr's going for the pits now, which will promote Dave up to 9th. This pit stop is.
We're not going to be able to see what kind of tyres he's putting on that car, which is a bit of a shame. But Chris Core in the pits then. It'll be interesting to see where, like you said, he comes out compared to Dave. But I think Dave was coming out of the pits as Chris Core passed him, so I think that'll be a gap that'll be quite large. Now the question would be, I mean, Adam 4600, he's seen Dave pit. Adam's continued on for another 1 and this lap. So could we see him chucking it into the pits?
He's gone wide in the last corner. Is he going to push it into the pits? No, he's carrying on. But the gap out to Hesselden now is over 10 seconds.
GT's in the pits. GT Gavin's in the pits. Adam 4600's just had a moment at the last corner as well. I don't think GT Gavin was on the harder tyre.
Lee Elmo's following him in as well. Well, he's got some epic pace either way. Neo Tig, is he going to be jumping for the pits?
He is.
And Jason, Jason's staying out.
Oh, that late call by Jason there then.
Very busy down in the pit lane now. 4 cars in there at the moment. Where is Dave going to be? Dave's coming through the last corner. Is he going to jump anybody?
Well, GT Gavin's on the move now in the pit lane. I think Dave's going to get past him, you know. He's going to get past him comfortably. Yeah, he's gone. He's already passed. So Dave's Dave's around turn 1 already.
But Mulrine has just come out of the pit and it's just started raining.
It's raining!
It's just started raining.
Oh,
this is the worst time for the pits. You've just pitted for dries and it's just started raining.
I tell you what.
Where is
Hesselden?
Hesselden's already round, but Livery, he can bomb it in, and is he going to get the undercut here?
Yeah, straight to the pits.
Straight onto Inters.
Driver Montana.
Hesselden, wrong moment there for it to rain for Hesselden.
Adam 4600, he's gone in. See, I was about to say as well, Hesselden, well, first, second, third and fourth, this could be perfect timing. Go and bang on a set of intermediate tyres.
Oh, Jason's lost it in the bomb hole. We've all got to be so tentative through these corners until they get them tyres on.
This is where what you were saying is going to...
Yeah.
Sorry, I was going to say, this is where what you said in qualifying, or even in the warm-up, is going to be important. Do these guys try and push on a set of dry tyres, or are they going to have to go for the wets? Dave's back in the pits.
They're all in.
GT Gavin isn't. He's continued on. He's going to be second place. Adam 4600's coming out in third. He's jumped ahead of driver Montana.
So Live Bride with the first one in the pits, and he's still in the pits. What's going on here with the tyres? He's just getting going now.
That was a very, very long start. Well, Adam 4600 and driver Montana did.
Woolhouse is the first one out on the wet tyres.
He wasn't. Adam 4600 was. He's already way up the road.
Apologies.
It's alright. He's up in third place.
Is GT Gavin carried on? That's an awful decision if he's staying out.
Hesselden, he's in the pits. So this is crucial now for GT Gavin. Well, I mean, there's nothing worse than driving in the pits, putting new tyres on, driving out the pits, and then it raining.
Yeah, and it just starts raining.
It's getting really heavy now as well, round the bomb hole.
Already out of the pits, and GT Gavin's coming into the last corner. He appears to have a lot of grip to say that he's... no, he's going straight in the pits.
Yep.
And
that means Hesselden is still going to clearly be leading this race.
Yeah, even though Hesselden, I thought that was really unfortunate as he just passed the pit lane when it just started raining.
Oh, Elmo and Jonesy just got very, very close as Jonesy's now into the pits, and Elmo, he's into the pits as well. I'm wondering if they've gone full wets.
Yeah, I think...
Woolhouse, he's back in the pits. Chris Core, he's in the pits.
If they hadn't gone full wets, it probably would have been better just to stay out, because it's getting even wetter.
Yep. I mean, I wonder if they did put intermediates on though, and now they're going back for full wets. Livebright, he's continued on.
Before, better just to jump straight onto full wets.
Oh, Driver Montana, he's off in third place. He's had a massive moment somewhere. That car looks like that's got damage on it. I wonder either he's just trying to get it back under control. But I mean, I was going to say first, second, third and fourth could all benefit the most. Adam 4600 goes from about 5th, 6th place. He's up in second.
Yeah. That's all down to making the right call at the right time. And Hesselden now, he's coming up against the back marker, but they've just got out of the way, which is lucky for him. About to start heading down the Bentley Straight.
I tell you what, oh, Montana, he's struggling big time. Livebright's right behind him, he's right alongside him, he's now ahead of him.
Gone. Yeah.
I think we'll be seeing...
struggling. I think people are not changing the tyres. I think they're bombing into the pits and not selecting the correct tyres.
GT Gavin, he's snuck past. He's now up into 5th place. Driver Montana, he's off the track. He's got to be going to the pits. That's damage, that is. The way that car's moving about, that's quite clearly damaged car.
Wet conditions.
Neotig, he's on his way into the pits. I mean, it's gone from a nice little sprinkling of rain to an absolute drenching.
Yeah.
Dave the Harp, he's only in 6th place at the moment, and he's got Mulrine just ahead of him. Dave trying to apply some pressure.
He's looking confident. Oh, he's giving him a bit of a love tap there. Well, he's looking confident in these conditions, is Dave.
Making the move into Montreal. So that's Dave up to 5th
Gavin,
place.
Even though he carried on for that extra lap, I did think it was a mistake, but he's still running in 4th, which isn't bad to say he stayed out an extra lap on slicks.
True. The things we don't know whether...
Right, just gone wide in the bomb hole. It's losing crucial seconds now.
I mean, this is the thing, we won't know if they are on intermediates or whether they are on full wet tyres, but we can kind of see those who may be struggling. I've got a feeling Livebright may be in the pits again soon. GT Gavin 12 not that far behind him. No, Livebright's carried on. GT Gavin, I reckon he'll be continuing on. Unless he went into us, he's not going back in the pits. Somebody is in the pits though. What car? Who is that that's in the pits then? It may be someone a lap down.
Just having a look. It is Jason.
Oh dear. Driver Montana struggling. Oh, Driver Montana.
He's lost it.
I'm wondering if they're not repairing the damage on his vehicle. Either that or his pit crew just really haven't got any sets of wet tyres. Jason on the move from the pit lane then.
But just as fast as this rain's turned
Dave the Harp's in the pits.
It could just as quick turn on its head.
Dave the Harp, Mulrine are in the pits.
Yeah.
So Chris Core's now up to 8th.
It's going to be close. Oh, so close. Oh, Dave's ended up losing about a second there, bumping into the back of Mulrine, out of his control. And Neotig's just jumped in front of him into 9th. Oh, and up ahead, who's that? Somebody's gone off the circuit. I think that's a back marker.
It looks like the black car of Woolhouse.
Yeah, just as I was saying, these conditions are horrible at the moment, but it can automatically, within the speed that it turned up this wet, it could automatically go straight back to dry. As soon as you see that dry line appearing, you got to jump straight onto them slicks.
I mean, that's the thing, when the wet weather comes, it's all about timing. It doesn't matter how talented you are as a driver, and if you're on slick tyres in wet conditions, you're just not going to be doing it. But Hesselden, 17 laps to go for him. He's just absolutely flying.
Yeah, he's off.
I mean,
if anything here, Livebry seems to be getting caught now by GT Gavin.
I think he is. I'll tell you what, Hesselden is pulling away from Adam 4600, who's in second. The gap between those two is enormous. Livebry, third and
Jones
fourth.
Is in the pit from P8. And Neotig, Mulrine and Dave the Harp are just heading down the pit straight, so yeah, Jones is going to be way behind now.
I tell you what, we've got quite a few cars. I mean, third and fourth, not a big gap between them. Fourth and fifth, huge gap. Fifth and sixth, not a very big gap.
Jason's having a nightmare. He's down in 13th and he's off the circuit again. As Montana is just passing him. I think it's just been passed by Hesselden.
It would be, yes. That'll be the race leader. Like I say, Hesselden's just been absolute. I mean, from what I've been seeing from this guy, it's almost as if, I mean, you could stick a snowman on his lap and he still wouldn't struggle.
Yeah, he wouldn't get frostbite.
No. He's too cool for frostbite.
Yeah, GT Gavin is really clawing in on Livebry.
It's difficult when you say a name one way, isn't it? And then you find out it's said a different way.
Also Yorkshireman, Livebry.
Livebry.
Woolhouse is in the pits. Chris Carr's just taken P6. Neil Tig, Mulrine and Dave the Harp just heading around the final corner now. They're going to jump in front of Woolhouse. And somebody's just exiting the pits. Who is that? Is that the race leader? Yeah, it is. Race leader.
So he's made another stop then?
Yeah. And he's coming out just in front of Adam 4600 now.
I'm not so sure it was Adam 4600 he's come out in front of. He is ahead of Adam 4600, but he's come out right in the middle of that battle between Neotig.
6th, 7th and 8th.
Yeah. So is that Dave the Harp then that's in 8th? No, Dave the Harp's in 9th.
In 8th.
It's 7th, 8th and 9th.
So Hesselden is just overtaking
Neotig.
Oh, Neotig's
he's gone deep.
Really deep. Mulrine's, he going to pick up the pieces? Yeah, he has just snuck in front. That was so close. And Davey Hart's now looking to snip up the inside.
You said this rain may get lighter. You know what? I think it's just got heavier. At least damming it down in the bomb hole.
So much spray, yeah.
There's no forgiveness in the bomb hole.
Even though Hesselden's got such a massive gap now, it's so easy to make a utter cock up in one corner and he's straight off.
I mean, that's the thing. One corner is all it takes. One bit of a curb. Get on it wrong, you're in the barrier. Got damage, that's it. Gap gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the gap now between Hesselden and Adam's not that far. Probably about, he's only about one corner away at the moment. You're
right. It's not a very big gap at all, but Adam 4600 is at the back of the train. 7th, 8th and 9th. Livebry still got a gap.
Gavin's just pulled into the pit. Is he going to jump out in front of this battle for 7th, 8th and 9th?
Well,
see where he ends up.
Lee Elmo, he's just coming around the final corner now in 5th place, so unless he chucks it in the pits, he's going to take 4th.
Yeah, so he will take 4th. Chris Carr's just popping down the final corner as well. And GT Gavin's not getting going yet. I think GT Gavin's going to he's just getting going now, so is he going to pull out in front of Mulrine?
Well, Mulrine's coming into the final corner now, so I think he'll be safe on that one.
So this three-way battle's just dropped off from Neotig. Seems to be struggling now as Neotig.
Oh, we've got a car stationary, turn 1.
It's Jason, yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear.
It's gone from bad to worse. Oh, this is close. Adam's coming up behind the back mark. I'll see who that is. Is it Neotig? Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yep. So he's latched onto the back of 9th place. And I tell you what, I am fairly sure this rain has got heavier.
Jones is going off. And Woolhouse is all over the back of Jonesy now. This is getting close. This is getting personal. This is... Oh, love tap there. So easy to do in this situation with this this amount of rain heading down the...
I'm not sure it was a love tap. I think social services are getting in on that one. Well, he's got to go for it, though. He's got to go for it, isn't it? Yeah. It's Jonesy. Of course he's going to go for it. And there we go. There we go. What's Jonesy going to do? He's going to have to give a bit of room. It's sideways.
Just kicked. Yeah. On the power, and Jonesy's just lost it.
Now, the car that's behind him on the track is not in position behind them on the track. So they're going to be under a blue flag situation. I tell you what, this rain has got heavier. Look at the angle it's coming down at around the bomb hole.
Yeah, it's good Scottish weather. Lee Elmo's just pulling out of the pit lane now. Dropped down to 8th. That's promoted Dave Mulrine. And this is close now between Mulrine and Dave. Because not only will the slick tyres burn out quick, so will these wets.
Oh yes indeed. I don't think there's going to be a problem of them overheating though.
No, not in these conditions. Probably stone cold.
I mean that. Oh, I tell you what, there's a big puddle at Brundle. Mulrine. He hit a big puddle. I mean, it was literally, he approached it and all of a sudden there was a big splash. Neotig's on his way down to that corner now. Let's see if he has the same. It's sort of just under the bridge.
Oh, Adam's just cut that corner. Let's see which one it is. He's having a power boost penalty.
Yeah.
It was Nelson.
He might need to turn his lights on to help him see where the track goes.
But Esselden, I'm looking at his car now, it still looks like it's on rails, even in these... This is the most wet it's been.
I wonder if when he pitted, he went and put on a brand new set of full wet tyres, had a bit of an idea and enough of a gap to think, I've got a feeling it's going to get worse, and it has got worse.
Yeah. And Dave the App's still up behind Mulrine. Cannot seem to find a way past at the moment. Oh, Mulrine's gone deep. He's got to look up the inside now. Oh, he's took it, but is Mulrine going to have a decent run onto the straight? No, he's got bad traction. And Dave's gone. I tell you what, 8th place Neotig. I'm not sure if that's the car ahead. I think that's Adam 4600. Lee Elmo's behind him though, and this is compromising. Lee Elmo's taking it.
Sneaky move there.
Chops off the front of Neotig. He's not going to be happy about that. That's his driving equivalent of a slap in the face.
I tell you what though, I mean in conditions like this it's never easy, and these drivers so far coping very, very well with it.
Oh, Neotig's just slapped the back of Lee Elmo. Say thank you very much for that.
Well, oh, I tell you what, I've just heard that. I was going to say, it's not me breaking wind, that's the thunder. This has gone in from a torrential. I think it's gone from a little bit of rain to a bit of a downpour to, okay, this is a proper storm now, guys. So for any of the spectators, get yourselves under cover. I'm going to get soaked because it's not a good idea to hold an umbrella as Neotig's into the pits, but we're going to be having some lightning very soon because we've had the thunder.
Well, I was just going to say, you haven't gone to that lady down at the bar. I thought you were going to go down, you know.
She came to me.
It's not too bad, it's not...
I've had my burger and beer, I've had my fill.
Oh, and Adam's getting held up now. He's coming up behind a lot of
Driver Montana, 10th and 11th are very, very close, but Montana's just gone wide.
Lightning.
Oh!
Lightning.
Cars, it's very busy.
Esselden's just heading into the last corner. He's got 2 cars up in front of him. This is getting very, very busy. And we've got... who's that? We've got Lee Elmo. He's coming up behind Adam, I believe. At this point, Adam looks to be struggling. I
think it's Jason. I could be wrong. I think it might be Jason that's ahead of him.
We've got some cars in the pits. We've got GT Gavin. Who else have we got in there? We've got Montana and Woolhouse and GT Gavin. Jason's pulled up. I think he's just forgot all about this race.
Okay, it must be Adam 4600 then. He's going for the pit lane, so that could be why he was slow. But Lee Elmo, he's just gained 2 places in the pit lane. Can he gain another one? There's a car on the pit exit. Oh, I think that's Woolhouse.
And Live Rising pulled into the pits as well.
So, is our race leader going to be making his way to the pits? I've got a feeling he doesn't need to. I think he's fairly happy in these. He likes it a bit wet.
Yeah, well, who doesn't? But we've got Dave. He's heading round the Bommel, and he's still looking. He's looking quite confident, even though he's been on these tyres a while now.
He's not too far behind Chris Core. Chris Core's just gone round the final corner, and Dave is just heading into the final corner now. So not a massive gap between them. And
Chris Core's just ended up getting in third place. Is Dave going to end up jumping Livebry now? So he's heading down the start-finish straight. Livebry just exiting the pit lane now. Yeah, he's just jumped in front. He's just jumped in the fourth now as Dave Hart. So that Livebry's going to have fantastic tyres.
Yep, 9 laps to go. Time to really put your foot down, guys. Not that you haven't been already, but this is now the crucial bit.
Neotig like he's standing still.
Oh dear, oh. That won't please Neotig. Sliding the car, getting out of control, being a bit nudged, makes the driver unhappy.
But on the commentary box, I nearly fell out of my seat there.
Hang on a minute, what's that I can smell? Something fell out.
Watching Adam 4600 into the final corner, it's even though it's really treacherous, I've got to commend these drivers. They're doing well in such horrible conditions, but he's about to get overtaken by the race leader. I was about to say that. He's about to get lapped by P1.
I was going to say a sign of how
dominance.
Yeah, how dominant this driver's been from Hesselden. He's in first place and he's right behind second place. Now, a lot of the other drivers, I think, have probably made a lot more stops than he has. Oh, that's a huge crack of thunder. There's no way I'm going out in this weather.
The pits, and
that puts Dave up to third.
Yeah. He's doing really well. And Livebry, I'm thinking he's going to have to start pressuring Dave, but the rain intensity just appears to have just slowed down now. I've just heard a bit of thunder, but the rain intensity doesn't look as bad. The spray off kind of front's not as bad as it was.
Lielmo McElroy's just been unlapped by, I think it's Woolhouse, who's now completely sideways into turn one. And Chris Core coming around turn one, having pitted, he's now down to 6th place. Do you reckon Dave's going to have to pit again soon? If he does, he's going to put him down to about 6th or 7th.
Hesselden was just about to overtake Adam 4600, but it just jumps into the pit lane. But the tyres and the weather conditions, it does appear to be reducing. If he jumps onto, I mean, he's got enough of a gap now to do whatever he pleases. If he jumps onto another set of wets, in another 3 laps, it may stop raining.
It's possible. It is possible. I mean, as quick as it starts raining, it can stop raining.
It does seem to be reducing a fair bit now.
Livebry's up to 3rd place. Dave the Harp is in the pit lane. So I wondered whether he may have to stop again. He has chosen to.
He may be jumping onto Inters.
Quite possibly. Oh, that's an even louder crack of thunder, but you can have thunder without rain. Lielmo, he's got himself up to 5th. Is he going to be up to 4th? It is, because Dave the Harp is only now on the move, and he is down to 6th.
Yeah.
Chris Core's going to put him down to 7th.
Gavin. Oh no.
Okay, time for Dave to get a move on.
Are these cars that are already out in front of him, are they on Inters or are they on full wets?
What I'd be more concerned for Dave is that he's got Jonesy right behind him.
Indy.
I'll tell you what, Jonesy's got Driver Montana not far behind. Oh, it's definitely brightening up. I've just seen a bit more sunshine headed on the way down to Brundle. The weather is changing. The rain is easing off. This is another.
It's looking a lot brighter, yeah.
I mean, these guys are really going to have to make their.
The other end's looking very bright.
Yeah. I mean, if the likes of Dave the Harp pitted and put another set of full wets on, he's in trouble. And I tell you what, Jonesy is all over the back of him. You'd expect Dave to be able to pull away, but it's not happened yet.
And this is looking close now. We've got Lee Elmo in 4th, GT Gavin in 5th, Chris Core in 6th, Dave the Harp in 7th. To say there's been this much rain and unpredictability, they've all ended up on the same patch of tarmac. And GT Gavin is giving Lee Elmo a right arrowing. He's just turning up. He's just judging. He's trying to get him out of position, but Lee Elmo keeping it tight up against the apex. Oh, but he's kept it too tight. He's just ran over the curb, heading onto the Bentley straight. But GT Gavin, is he under pressure now? No, he's pulling out.
He's going for the move, but Chris Core's not far behind these two.
Bit of a love tap. Oh, that was very sneaky by Lee Elmo. It worked.
I tell you what, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th.
Oh, it's stopping raining now, heading through here with Lee Elmo. It's still wet on the circuit, but in another 2 laps, this may be a bone dry circuit.
In 5 laps, the race will be over. But we have got 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, all pretty much on exactly the same piece of tarmac now. This is going to be an interesting battle to watch as GT Gavin is trying to have another look at. Oh, I think he's giving him a nudge. He's giving Elmo a bit of a nudge. I think Lee Elmo's still on sort of full wet braking application into turn 1 and caught GT Gavin out a little bit. But I mean, there's Chris Core. Chris Core's right behind him. There's Dave the Harp. That's Jonesy. They're going to want to pull away from him as quick as they can. But Jonesy, the car behind him, that's Driver Montana for position. And again, coming down this part of the circuit, it's getting sunnier.
Yeah, very sunny. That's how quickly this circuit... I can hear the thunder, but the rain has definitely passed.
I tell you what, the track looks like it's drying up. Oh, Elmo taking too much sausage. He's going to need to go on a diet, and I think GT Gavin's going to help him on. Oh,
it's definitely petering out. GT Gavin's just gone a bit wide. He's just given Chris Core 5th place. And now Lee Elmo, he's got a back marker he's trying to contend with. He's going to have to get on with it. GT Gavin jumps in the pits. Is he making this a slick run now?
That's got to be for the dry tyre. It's got to be. It's got to be a gamble for the dry tyre.
You cannot pit for inters now. It's too late.
The tricky thing for him, I mean, it's definitely a lot drier. It's definitely a lot drier. Is that going to be the right kind of call? Where's Hesselden? Hesselden's cruising up towards the last corners.
Too early. Oh, we've got Lee Elmo and Chris Carr giving him a bit of side-by-side action down the Bentley straight. Oh, Chris is not like... He wants a bit more room. Lee Elmo's not giving him it.
He's not giving it, but he's had no choice because he's been moved over.
Lee Elmo's gone deep. Chris has gone deep. Dave the Art's just watching, seeing what goes on. Oh, this is close now.
This is a situation where it could very, very easily go wrong.
I think they're going to jump in the pit lane, these 3. I think you might see all 3 of them jump in. This is almost slick weather territory. One more lap and it'll be bone dry, I reckon.
One of them's going.
And yeah,
no, he's not. We have got a car in the pits. Out. Who is that in the pits? Are these guys going to move up a position? No, they're not. So that's a back marker. Oh no, it's Neotig. It's Neotig. He's just come out ahead of Dave.
Right. Was it GT Gavin that pitted for slicks?
It was, yeah.
Because he seems to have decent pay.
Ooh.
This is the time. This is the time. These 3 are going to be losing even more time battling. But their tyres, they'll be able to look at their screens and see that they'll be glowing red almost, especially if they're running on wets.
Lee Elmo's just been dropped down to 5th place again by Chris Core, so Chris has got up ahead into Brundle this time. I got a back marker ahead of him, sliding all over the place.
Chris has gone really deep. Lee Elmo's got a run.
Oh no, sideways!
He just hit Dave! Oh!
He's managed to keep it going though.
A sideways moment. I think they're going to all jump in the pits now for slicks.
I've got a feeling they're not. I reckon they're going to just try and gamble it and just keep going. It might not work.
Oh, Lee Elmo's gone deep. Almost tapped Dave.
Chris Core will be the first of them.
Who's going to... No, they're not jumping in, is Lee? No, I would jump in right now because the circuit is looking bone dry.
Well, for Hesselden and Adam 4600, they've got more than enough gap to just gamble it for that final lap. Hesselden, he's got two. He's at the bomb hole. He's got another lap to do after this one. Adam
Leomo's lost it. I think he should have jumped it for slicks because he's completely losing grip now. Ooh. His tyres are dying. Maybe
he's still on the full wet tyre. And if he is, he will suffer. But I mean, the track is now pretty much, it is completely dry. But it's one of those things, if they pit, they're going to lose loads of time. They haven't got enough laps to pull it back. Question would be, where's GT Gavin? He is just heading into the first corner. Whereas Hesselden has also headed into the first corner. And he's on
gap is
the
about
last
25
lap.
seconds. So if DDR wants to pit, he'll probably end up behind GT Gavin.
So Live Brian in third place. He's under a bit of pressure from a car, but it's not for position. 4th, 5th, and 6th. Lee Elmo's gone for the pits with a lap to go.
Yeah, I would have done it a lap earlier because his tyres are just burnt out.
Well, very, very interested into the race. I'm going to let you try and catch up with everything that's going on there, James, because Hesselden is going through the bomb hole. He has been absolutely untouchable today. I said it at the start. I reckon he'll be the man to go and do it. And go and do it, he has done. I mean, untouchable.
Even though he was untouchable, I do believe Adam 4600 didn't have the greatest of qualifying. But he has had the greatest of strategies to end up second.
Oh yeah, he timed his stops absolutely spot on. But Hesselden, he takes victory here in Snetterton. Adam 4600's got a lot to do.
Oh, no, it's Dave that's lost it. On P5, is he going to lose position here? No, he isn't.
No,
GT
he's
Gavin's
safe.
Way too far back.
He's safe. Now these guys have all got an additional lap to do compared to Hesselden. I tell you, it says that. Oh yeah, we'll say Adam 4600 is in third. It's going to take them a little while to get themselves all sorted out with a timing screen because it does this. But it was Hesselden, Adam 4600, Live Bry. I think it was then Chris Core, Dave the Hart. Hopefully it'll all sort itself out at the end. I do hate that Project Cars does that. It's more frustrating than anything else I've ever seen.
Chris Core Mulhouse exchanging pleasantries.
So Adam 4600 has just crossed the line to take second place. Live Bry's not far away now, coming through the bomb hole for the final time. So he will be in third. Good race for him.
Absolutely
Chris Core in fourth.
Fantastic race from Live Bry. To say that this is his second race with the series. Yep. Fantastic drive. I
mean, he was doing very, very well at Monza Short last week. And he's improved on it even more here. Chris Core, though, he will be devastated. He's got himself up to fourth place, but he was shunted off in the first corner. So he's had to, or the second corner, he's had to recover to get that fourth place. Dave the Hart, he's in fifth. I reckon he may be a little bit disappointed, or maybe shouted at a few people. GT.
Well, I think he was looking to take points away from Hesselden, but it's just not happened today. Not had the pace.
Not at all. Now, GT Gavin too, he gambled those dry tyres. Unfortunately, it's not worked out for him, but he has had a brilliant showing on his first race in the PCS. A great drive by him. Lielmo McElroy isn't that far behind him, you know. I'm not sure if that's their exact position. Tricky one for Lielmo, I think.
I think if Lielmo wanted to keep sixth place, it would have been better to pit the lap before. And Mulray's just heading into the final corner, just running a little bit deep.
So Woolhouse is into the pits, so is Jonesy. Now, with all the drivers not leaving the lobby, it's advisable that they don't leave the circuit before all of the cars are in the pits, and then we can get a definitive timing screenshot.
Now, because Jason is a fair few laps down, I do not know how long we may be till here, because technically
it's all right. Well, technically he'll need to
anyway,
technically he would have to keep going, but what myself and yourself will do in a moment is we'll actually jump away from the circuit. That allows the drivers then to save their races, Jason will have the option to retire to the pits. But it doesn't like it's Hesselden in first, Adam 4600 second, Live Brian third, Chris Core fourth, Dave the Harp fifth, GT Gavin in sixth, Lee Elmo McElroy in seventh, Mull Ryan in eighth, Woolhouse in ninth, Jonesy in 10th, Neo Tig 11th, Driver Montana 12th, and Jason in 13th. Well, what a race that was. What a race that was. The rain absolutely made that race there. Absolutely made it.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Fantastic that the field spread out so much when the rain hit, but then by the end of the rain, they'd all bunched back up again.
Yep. Right. Okay. I've left the circuit now. If you do the same, James, then the drivers will be able to save their onboard footage. I mean, it was a brilliant race, and I wanted it to rain that badly in the PCF race the other night. In a way, I'm glad that it didn't, but it did just throw everything up in the air. It was all about timing those pit stops. And Hesselden, as we saw, untouchable. Adam 4600, what a call on his pit stops. So, last couple of comments. Driver of the day?
It has to be Hesselden. Just ran away, didn't he? Nobody challenged him. Untouchable.
I can't argue with that. I reckon that guy learnt to drive in a swimming pool.
He'll be getting. If just imagine if he was in a James Bond Lotus Esprit, it'd be way even quicker.
Definitely would. Okay, right. Next up on the Front Row Racing YouTube channel will be on Wednesday the Front Row Racing F1 World Championship Round 3 at China. That'll be at 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday. But for the Project Cars side of things, next Friday it'll be the PCF at 9 p.m. Which is at the Nürburgring in the LMP2s. Do you reckon you're going to go and win that one, James?
Well, that was the circuit that I selected for the season, so I am hoping, since I selected it, it's going to be a good one.
Expectations are high.
I'm expecting a challenge. I'm expecting a challenge, but I'm feeling confident.
Okay, and next up for the PCS League will be round 4, which is going to be another very interesting race. It'll be at the Sakito International Circuit for 34 laps, where again, weather could play a huge part for these drivers. But anyway, I think we can pretty much bring it to an end there. So I've been Front Row Racing DP, joined in the commentary box by JAMES-HULKENBERG. Thank you for joining us, James.
No problem. Fantastic race.
It was. And we shall see you all again soon. Thanks for watching.
Ta-ra.